He's the king of unintentional comedy. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Nic Cage Freakouts. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at the times Nic went full Cage for a role. Whether he's happy, sad, or smoking crack with gangsters, these are the ultimate Nicolas Cage Freakouts. Number 10. The Bees, The Wicker Man. No Nic Cage supercut would be complete without a couple of entries from this 2006 horror remake.
Something bad is about to happen. I can feel it.
The film falls squarely into the "it's so bad it's good" category, thanks to Cage's over-the-top performance. From slapping the hell out of someone in a bear costume, don't worry, they were evil, to questioning another about how a doll got burned in the most insane fashion, Cage proves once again that no one overacts quite like him.
How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned?
I don't know!
The cherry on top of the crazy cake comes during the film's climax, as Cage screams like a wild banshee while he's tortured in the most bizarre way possible. Enjoy?
What is that? What is that? What is it? Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Open up my eyes!
Number 9. The Big Knife, Moonstruck. This film about a widow who falls for her new fiancé's younger brother was a critical and commercial success when it hit theaters back in 1987. However, if you think for a second that means Cage did not crank his acting style up to 11, you are sorely mistaken.
I don't care! I ain't no freaking monument to justice! I lost my hand! I lost my bride! Johnny has his hand! Johnny has his bride! You want me to take my heartbreak, put it away, and forget?
As the aforementioned younger brother, Cage is moody and prone to dramatic outbursts, both of which are on display in this scene. It begins with Cher's Loretta visiting him to invite him to his estranged brother's wedding. However, Cage's character is having none of it, and explodes into a fiery rant that culminates with him demanding the big knife so that he can kill himself. Yikes.
Chrissy, bring me the big knife!
I tell you I won't do it!
Number 8. Haggis, National Treasure, Book of Secrets. After his great-great-grandfather is accused of planning the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln, Ben Gates embarks on a quest to restore his family name. His journey brings him to Buckingham Palace, where, wouldn't you know it, he's called upon to create a distraction.
Oh, let me guess. It's the wrong time. It's the wrong place. I'm wrong again.
This is one of the few times in Cage's career that one of his on-screen freakouts actually advances the plot. Cage walks like a deranged lunatic, screams at the top of his lungs, puts on a laughable British accent, and is eventually escorted out by security guards.
Going to detain a blighter for enjoying his whiskey.
It's all right, that's enough, sir.
Bangers and mash.
Sir?
Bubbles and squeak. Smoked eel pie.
Sir?
Haggis!
Whether they were acting or just doing their job remains to be seen. Number 7. Nic Cage smokes a little something. Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. Oh yeah, this is gonna end well. As the titular Bad Lieutenant, Nic Cage threatens the elderly, mocks the dying, and does every drug in the book.
I'm gonna ask you to step out of the vehicle.
What'd I do?
You bought dope. I watch you buy dope.
Near the end of the film, Cage's character winds up smoking crack with some gangsters, and the results are predictably hilarious. Cage laughs like a hyena while regaling his new fume buddies with the stories from the depths of his crack-induced fever dreams.
He jumped over 3 linebackers in midair. He sprouted antlers. Like a gazelle. Like an elk. He landed again. He ran. He scored a touchdown.
The scene ends with a shootout and Cage's character demanding that a dead man be shot again as his soul is still dancing. The look on Cage's face after the deed is done, priceless. Number 6. First transformation, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider and its sequel, Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance, provided Nic Cage with ample opportunities to flex his craziness muscles. Who could forget the scene in which he transforms into the titular superhero for the first time? We can only imagine what it must have been like to be on set for that one, as Cage alternates between maniacal laughter and screams of pure terror. Is he happy? Confused? Scared? Who knows? His craziness carried over to the next film in the series, and was on full display during an unintentionally funny interrogation scene. Talk about chewing the scenery.
Scraping at the door! Scraping at the door!
Number 5. Airport Freakout, Honeymoon in Vegas. After losing $65,000 to a wealthy gambler, Cage's Jack Singer agrees to let the man spend the weekend with his fiancée in order to erase the debt. However, he comes to regret the decision and does everything he can to get her back. This includes waiting in one of the most infuriating airport lineups of all time.
Look, I've got a major problem, okay? My fiance was kidnapped and taken to Hawaii. I've got to get there now.
Everyone has his or her breaking point, and Singer's comes when the monotonous man at the front of the line admits that he isn't even flying on that day. In real life, this kind of freakout would certainly land you in airport jail, but in the film, it earns Singer a round of applause.
You see this line? We're all flying today.
Please, sir, if you don't get back on...
Then what? I'll be arrested, put in airport jail? Just get your ticket and move on, okay? Get your goddamn ticket and move on!
Number 4. Pharmacy Freakout, Matchstick Men. Directed by Ridley Scott, Matchstick Men is about Roy Waller, a con man with obsessive-compulsive disorder played by Nicolas Cage.
You're gone, all right? I thought maybe it could work out, but it can't. It doesn't.
After discovering that he has a teenage daughter, he decides to pull a big con and blah blah blah, who cares? We both know the real reason you're here is to see Nic Cage freak out, and boy does he ever. During a trip to the pharmacy, a frantic Cage goes absolutely nuts while trying to procure a prescription.
I know, but this is an emergency.
Hey, buddy, ever heard of a line?
Hey, have you ever been dragged to the sidewalk and until you pissed blood?
He berates the other customers and throws a fit that would make a toddler roll its eyes. And let's just say it doesn't end well.
Sir.
No. My doctor gave those to me. They're prefect.
They're supplements, sir.
Bullshit, man!
Number 3. The entire film, Deadfall.
Shut up! Shut the up, man!
With a 0% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and a box office of about $18,000, Deadfall is easily one of the worst movies Nic Cage has ever appeared in. However, is Cage's performance bad because of the film, or is the film bad because of Nic Cage's performance? We're gonna say that it's a bit of both. Deadfall is littered with terrible writing, nonsensical plot twists, and some of the worst acting ever put to screen. And Cage turns in an unhinged performance that is borderline insane.
Let's fuck out! Get up, bitch! Oh, come on, bitch!
Homing in on just one scene would be too hard, so we're going with the entire film for this entry. Number 2. Prison Fight, Face Off. There are plenty of great Nic Cage freakouts in this 1997 action film from director John Woo. And while we love the opening scene of him dancing like a maniac while dressed as a priest, it's pretty hard to top this scene, in which he beats the crap out of a fellow inmate while screaming, "I'm Castor Troy," over and over again.
I'm Castor Troy!
The deranged look in Cage's eyes as he kicks and punches the poor guy to a bloody pulp would be intimidating coming from any other actor. But with Cage holding the reins, it's nothing short of hilarious. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1, Alphabet Lesson, Vampire's Kiss. The crown jewel of Cage's filmography, at least from the standpoint of epic freakouts, Vampire's Kiss is the story of a literary agent who thinks he's turning into, a vampire.
I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire!
Throughout the film, Cage is given ample opportunity to show just how big he can go when given free rein on a set. There's the scene where his eyes practically leap out of his skull, later becoming an internet meme. Or the time, as we just saw, he tries to kill himself, fails, and then begins to cry. But the cherry on the sundae is this scene, wherein he angrily reminds one of his employees how the alphabet works.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z!
Oh my god, give this man all the Razzies. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.